All right, so they clear out one side of the floor here for James Harden. All right, so we got to X out. Okay, whenever they clear out this part of the floor, okay, look at this. This player needs to step up and double team. Okay, this player needs to get over here, all right, and slide down here. The skip pass is made here. He goes there. Simple little X out right there. Okay, but you got to bring the double team, and it's got to come now. If you bring it too late, like you're about to see what happens here, see how that's too late. It's over at that point, and it's a two-shot foul. Can't sag. You cannot sag, because look what this sagging does, okay? Now you're just letting Tobias Harris have a runway he should never have, okay? And you're going to let him do whatever he wants, and you're not going to even defend him. Look at this. This is the first part where you finally resist his drive, okay? And it's going to lead to an easy little floater for two, okay? So, we know we can't sag, all right? We got to get up, all right? So, you want to bring him to your help, all right? Are you going to bring him this way so I have a gap defender right here, okay? Or you can angle him towards the middle of the floor, and this player needs to drop here, okay, and be at the elbow so that if he comes this way, right, no place for him to go. Stunt, recover, all right? But Kelly Olynyk's going to sag off. This is the problem. Kelly Olynyk just sags off, and you're just letting him get way too low, and it's an easy two. So they're going to clear out James Harden. Now I can X out, okay? See how they're clearing him out? They're just stacking three players on the weak side of the floor. So now I can X out. Now Kelly Olynyk can come over here and fully help, right? And so now there's just no place for James Harden to go. This player can sink down right here. If a skip pass is made here, simply rotate there. Kelly Olynyk rotates up, okay? But I need to have help for James Harden. If I can't get into the gaps because they've cleared out the floor, then I need help. But look, again, there's no help whatsoever, so it's going to lead to an and one. So again, they're going to clear out James Harden again, and they're going to stack. Look at this. See how they stack three different players on the weak side of the floor? So again, now I can X out. This player needs to stay home, okay? If this player wants to come over and fully help, then that's not where we want the help to come from. We want the help to come from this second player on the weak side of the floor. So this player needs to get over here and help. This player sinks down a little bit, okay? So now I'm fully just doubling James Harden. There's no place for him to go. So now if the skip pass gets made here, this player just slides down here, and then you X out, right? Okay? Because when they clear out James Harden to one side of the floor, it's hard to get into the gaps. So now look, now James Harden is going to just swing the ball because, again, this defender's way too far over, and there's no X out, okay? See, right here, as I said, I need an X out. I can't be in the gaps. But you're trying to be in the gaps, okay, when they clear out one side of the floor, but you need to X out there. All right, so they've cleared out James Harden towards one side of the floor. It's hard to get into the gaps when they clear out, okay? So right here, all right, James Harden's got the ball right here. They've cleared out the weak side of the floor for James Harden to operate. But now the key is that I can double, okay? So you always want this middle defender to be doubling. This player can slide right over here. Now, what does this player do? We don't need him in the gaps because we got this player coming over to double. We need him to slide over here, okay? And so if a swing pass gets made here, boom, I'm Xing out. It's just I slide right here, and this player X's out up to right here, okay? So that's what happens. I'm doubling right here, and then I'm potentially Xing out then from there, okay? But also the problem is you're going to do what so the double team's got to be there because you can't sag. Look at this sagging right here, okay? This sagging cannot work against James Harden because now look, now you're just giving him that easy step back jumper and you have to foul and it's 3 shots. Same exact thing. They've cleared out one side of the floor for James Harden. So again, first of all, this can never happen. You cannot sag off of James Harden. We know this. So again, it's easy. This middle defender defending right here just comes over and help. Double. Get up, okay, and then you're doubling, okay? Because again, we have the option to X out. This player doesn't need to worry about James Harden. He needs to slide over here. So if a skip pass is made here, he just slides there. And then the man that went to double just X's out up to here. Okay? But you can't sag. You've got to trust that you've got a double team coming on an ISO. Okay? And, you know, when you sag, that happens. It's an and 1-3. Double the post, you have to deny one pass away here. Okay, so when you commit to this double team right here, you got to say double, double, double so the back end knows what it's doing. We're denying one pass away, we're denying one pass away. This player here can occupy these two players 2 passes away. Okay, but when you don't complete this initial rotation off a double team, this happens. Easy layup. All right, so one, you cannot not box out Joel Embiid, okay? Again, right here, shot goes up. Go find Embiid, box him out, wide base so he has no chance of getting the offensive rebound or a tap back. But you don't box him out. Okay, all right, now there's an offensive rebound, okay? This is similar to transition. You got to go find a body. You can't stand in no man's land. Look at this, 2 players standing in no man's land. Soon as Philadelphia gets this offensive rebound, I got to go find a body. So you say, I got Embiid, then I'm going to find a body here. I can't stand in no man's land on an offensive rebound because look what happens. Now I got 2 people guarding Embiid, no one to take Tobias Harris, and it's going to lead to an open catch-and-shoot 3. You can never sag off Joel Embiid in the post, okay? Look at this right here, all right? Well, we got 2 mistakes, but one is this sagging off. You got to get up, and you got to force him to the middle of the floor. You got to be battling for every inch of real estate with Joel Embiid. The lower he gets, the more dangerous he gets. Okay? But also, I need to bring him to the middle of the floor. Look at this. I got a post dig coming right here. If Joel Embiid turns this way, it's dig, recover. Right? But I got to get up because I got to battle for every inch of real estate, and I cannot let him go this way away from the post dig. But this player does both. Look at how he's going to let him go. He's going to let him spin baseline where there's nobody to dig in the post, and it's a 2-shot foul. Again, you got to force Joel Embiid into your help. This is a mismatch, Cade Cunningham and Joel Embiid. Okay, so right now this player's got to identify, I got help. So Cade Cunningham can know to shade him this way. There's no place for Joel Embiid to go this way. Okay, if you let him go this way, there is places for him to go. Force him into your help, okay? Right here, I can just dig, recover. Joel Embiid's dribble is going to get picked up. When I let him go this way, now I'm left on an island. And what happens? You let him go that way, you're left on an island, 2-shot foul. Can't cheat the screen early. Here comes a ball screen getting set. Look at this. Look at this player. Look at this defender right here. Look how he's going to start anticipating this screen early and start leaning this way. Now you're going to let this player refuse the screen. See how he's cheating the screen? So now you're letting that player refuse the screen, get right to the rim for 2. Again, if you're going to play him straight up one-on-one, and if you're going to get screened, get screened. Make him use the screen. Then we can do our whatever ball screen defensive coverage we want to do. Okay, but when you cheat the screen early like this, then you give up, you let him refuse the screen, and it's right to the rim for. I have to bring Joel Embiid to the middle of the floor. You just have to. Look, you can't let him go this way where there's no help. This player needs to drop a little bit and be into the gaps. Okay, if you're right here, you're just fine with your back to the baseline so that if Joel Embiid comes this way, I can stunt, recover, get his dribble picked up way far beyond the lane. Okay, but when you let him go this way, this is what happens. There's no one to help, and it's a dunk. You can't front the post without any backside help, okay? Like right now, you got to be battling for real estate and pushing them out. If you are going to front the post, though, again, look at this. You're fronting the post. This has to be communicated. You're fronting the post, and this backside defender is shooting over here. Because if they throw this over the top, you're giving up points. Okay? And so you can't let this lob pass get made. But there's no backside help whatsoever. And look, the backside help is late, and it's an easy 2. You're going to double the post. Your rotations cannot be late, okay? Like right now, if you're doubling the post, again, you really just want, it should be instantly over here. Instantly over here, and then you can guard these players 2 passes away. Okay? So that's really, if the double's coming, you want to deny 1 pass away, right? Okay? But like, you can't, if you're going to allow them to pass out of a double team, your rotations have to be perfect. Okay? So look what happens. Good rotation. Good rotation. Look at this. Bad rotation. Why is this player not moved yet? Okay? Like, right now, you got to know, like, double team's coming. I'm rotating here. I'm rotating here on a swing. And then look, right now you should be moving. Okay? And where's Isaiah Stewart going, by the way? Because he needs to fall back down here, okay, to the last defender. So again, if you're not gonna deny one pass away, okay, you've got your rotations have to be perfect. Right here, this player rotates, this player rotates, this player rotates here, and instead of Isaiah Stewart being all the way out here, okay, he should be more down here, getting ready to rotate over here. So the bad rotation is this player hasn't moved, problem, and Isaiah Stewart's out here when he should be already getting back to going down here. So you have a late rotation here, rip and go drive, 2 points. You know what's going on here. You cannot allow Joel Embiid to go baseline here. Look at this. Bring him into your gap help right here. Stunt, recover, easy. You let him go baseline, there's no gap help, okay? And look what happens. Look at this. Watch, he's sagging off, then he lets him go baseline. Absolutely no one there, 2 points. This is bad transition defense. You get back to bodies, not random spots on the floor. Look at this defender right here. He's just getting back to a random spot on the floor. You got to go find a body. If we speed it up right here, okay, like right now, this player clearly has this player. You need to go take the ball. Boom, boom, we're good. But you're just getting back to a random spot on the floor. So we'll back it up right here. Like right now, go find a body. Right now, you should be finding here's a body. Go find them, okay? But there's no communication, which can't happen in transition. This player's just getting back to a random spot on the floor, and it just leads to an easy layup. Don't sag on Embiid, okay? Look, they're going to throw the ball down low to Embiid. You cannot sag. Again, look at that. Look at this sagging right here, okay? Look at all this sagging. I've got a defender coming here in the gaps. Get up, force him to the middle of the floor. Don't let him go baseline. Bring him into your gap defense, right? We're going to be able to dig, recover, right? Stunt, recover. Easily able to get back out. But when you sag Joel Embiid, who can shoot, you're just giving up an open jump or two. So if you double Embiid, your rotations need to be good. Okay, so right now you gotta rotate now. Deny one pass away. Deny one pass away. Okay, this player can slide over and guard 2 passes away. Okay? But again, you're late to rotate. Now, but you do X out okay. The problem is that right now this defender here, okay, he goes and guards right here. Okay, that's fine. But as soon as this ball gets swung in the corner, I got to drop immediately. I cannot leave Isaiah Stewart on an island with Joel Embiid. I got to drop and get right to the elbow so that when Joel Embiid comes to the middle of the floor, I can stunt, recover, and it gives Isaiah Stewart some gap help. But you leave Isaiah Stewart on an island with Joel Embiid, it's going to be a 2-shot foul. Down screen coming. You don't want him to curl. Stop it right here, okay? Here's your down screen getting set right here. Isaiah Stewart has to show. You're attached to Joel Embiid, but you got your arms out. So this player has to go more this way so this chase can get there in time, okay? But look when you don't show, okay? See how he's not going to show? So now this player can curl right off of it, and now look at the separation between the defender and the offensive player. So now this curl is going to allow him to get right into a three-pointer that should never have been there. Horrible ball screen defense, okay? Right now, if your plan is to go under the ball screen, you always jam the screener. Right now, you're up and jamming the screener. So this player has to go way less under this screen, okay? But look at when you don't jam the screener and you go on. Look at how far under you have to go because you didn't jam the screener. Now you're just letting them have a wide open three. All right, so you got a jump ball, and there's 5 seconds on the shot clock here, okay? So what on earth is Isaiah Stewart doing? So Isaiah Stewart's guarding Joel Embiid, all right? So right now, let's take a look at the bird's eye view. So if you're Isaiah Stewart you're up on Joel Embiid instantly. What is the delay? This player needs to go find his man. You find your man, right? Right here, okay? And look, you got to say, I got Embiid. I got Embiid, okay? You can't have separation. Isaiah Stewart's waiting around, and now he's late to find Embiid. Communicate. Take Embiid. Get up on him right away. Look how much time's on the shot clock. 3.9. So because of your lack of communication, your lack of going to find a body, find your man, you're going to give up a three that should never happen. This is a disastrous matchup. Joel Embiid guarding Cade Cunningham in the post, okay? So there's got to be some help somewhere, okay? Like right now, where's my gap? First of all, this player should be sinking down a little bit, okay, so that he's in the gaps. But this player's strongly in the gaps. So send Joel Embiid this way. Call out, I'm in help, right? So now this player can stunt, this player here can stunt, recover back out. Because this player doesn't drop down a little bit to get into the gaps, there's no Joel Embiid's got all the real estate to do whatever he wants there one-on-one. If you bring him this way, he does not. Okay? So this player should be sinking down to get into the gaps, but he's not. So you're going to allow him to go this way, and you're going to leave yourself one-on-one guarding Joel Embiid, and of course, it's a two-shot foul. If you trap a ball screen, you've got to take everyone one pass away. Why is this player not moved? We do not care about this player here, okay? We don't. You have got to get to one pass away, and so that you can't pass one pass away. So right here comes the ball screen. If you're trapping, you got to talk about this because the back end needs to be ready. So right now this player should be cheating up here, okay, and then boom, ball screen set. Now he's up. Now this pass here is not available. This pass here is not available. This player here can kind of roam the baseline, okay, roam the baseline a little bit because he can guard these two players who are two passes away. This skip pass is very hard to make. This skip pass is very hard to make because, again, this is a good trap, but there's no backline defense. So you let him pass out of it, and now you're screwed. Now Joel Embiid just going to get right to the rim and a dunk. This is a terrible double team right here, all right? So if you're going to double right here, what needs to happen? Kelly Olynyk's got to press up. Like right now, look at his arms are up. Kelly Olynyk's got to move up. Get your arms up, okay? Because this player cannot sink down. His man right here is one pass away. We've got to take out one pass away, okay? We've got to make it, this player two pass away, we need four different arms in his face so that this skip pass is very difficult to make. Because as soon as you let him pass out of this, you're screwed, okay? And because this player sinks down when he doesn't need to be, he needs to be up, denying, so that this skip pass, and the double here, Kelly Olynyk's got to get up with his arms in his face. So this skip pass is as hard as possible to make. Okay? That's the reality of double teaming. We're guarding one pass away here. We're guarding one pass away here. You got to get up. So hands up. Hands up. This skip pass has to be impossible to make. But when this player sinks down and you let him pass out of it, he's not going to have time to get back up, and he's going to get blown by, and it's going to be an easy two. This is just awful. You're doubling the post. Okay, look at this. If this player's coming to double team the post, this player's got to rotate down. You can never leave this block, the opposite block, unoccupied, right? This player rotates down here, and then this player kind of occupies the two players two passes away. Okay? But when you screw up the initial rotation and leave that opposite block unoccupied, that happens. You're just letting James Harden get too low on the floor. Look at this. Don't backpedal here. You don't need to backpedal. Get up, force him here. I got a gap defender right here, right? So now if he comes this way, I can just jab, dribble picked up, recover. But look at how you're just backpedaling. All your backpedaling is doing just you're doing James Harden's work for him. You're backpedaling, you're backpedaling, you're backpedaling. So now look. Now he's all the way over here with his dribble picked up. He's just too low on the floor. Weird things can happen just like that because you let James Harden get so far deep into the lane. An awful gamble here. This defender is going to do a great job getting into the gaps defensively, okay? So right there, look at this. His dribble's picked up right now, okay? Right now. You don't need to gamble. You're doing a great job playing him straight up one-on-one. This defender does a great job of getting into the gaps defensively. Okay? So why are you gambling? His dribble's picked up all the way here. You're just fine. Don't gamble. Just keep your arms up. Nothing bad is going to happen with James Harden in this position. Okay? But look at right here. Look at you gamble and you bail him out, 2-shot foul. You can't front the post without backside help. Look at this. Why are you fronting the post with no backside help? You have got to stay underneath, or if you're fronting the post, then this backside defender's got to get there. Because once this lob pass gets made, you're done. Okay? There's no backside help when you front the post, so it's a dunk. Just horrible defending this down screen here. Down screen right here. Kelly Olynyk cannot go up the gut. He's got to chase, okay? And this player cannot sag. He's got to stay attached and show. So Joel Embiid has to go out more, okay? So that the chase can happen. But nothing goes right here. You don't stay attached and show for the man whose man is guarding the screener. Kelly Olynyk's going to go up the gut. So look at this. Look when Joel Embiid catches this. Look at how much space he's got coming off this down screen. I mean, at that point, it's over. It's a dunk. All sorts of problems here with this transition defense. Okay, again, you're not getting back to a random spot on the floor in transition. You're getting back to a body. So we back it up here. Kelly Olynyk's got to immediately go sprint towards a body, not a random spot on the floor. Okay? And then 2, this player's got to realize the ball's being guarded. So I need to go find a body myself. Okay, so let's take a look. Why is this player standing in no man's land? Okay, you got a body coming like right now. Right. Why are you standing in no? You got to realize, okay, here, I got to go find a body myself. Oh, right here. Okay, so you're good. But look, so Kelly Olynyk is just getting back to a random spot on the floor and not a body, so he's going to get blown by. And then we got 2 people guarding one player here instead of having this player be able to stay here so that this player, remember, because we can back it up here, okay? This player's in no man's land. If he stays here, this player can then stay here, but there's no communication in transition. Kelly Olynyk's just getting back to random spots on the floor, and it's going to eventually lead to the defense having to scramble and an and one. You're switching a ball screen. You got to be level to the screener. Okay, so right now there should be communication. Switch, switch, switch. So right now I'm up and I'm level to the screener. So when this player comes off this screen, boom, I'm ready to guard him straight up one-on-one. You can't be, look at this sagging. You cannot be behind the screener when you're switching. Because look, now you got to jump up to defend this man one-on-one, and by then it's too late, and it leads to an easy layup. Okay, first of all, you can easily get through the screen. I mean, look at this right here. Look at the separation right here between the screener and the ball handler. So I don't even know why you need to switch this. That you can easily get through this over the top. But okay, you want to. It looks like they're calling out for a switch right here, right? So right now you're calling out for a switch. Like, okay, ball screen getting set, calling out for a switch. Boom, you got to immediately get up, and then you got to immediately take the screener. Again, there's miscommunication because, look, we got 2 guys guarding the screener, nobody guarding this player right here, wide open 3. This is a terrible switch on this ball screen right here, okay? So you got a ball screen coming right now. All right, what are you going to do? You can either jam the screener with your body and go under, okay, or you can hedge. Again, look at the hedge. You push this defender out this way, backside help comes right here. Okay, if a skip pass is made all the way over here to there, it's an easy recovery, okay? But you just cannot switch a guard onto Joel Embiid. And they switch it, and it's predictably what happens. Look at this. He has absolutely no chance, and it's going to lead to a dunk. Again, this is just a terrible switch, okay? You're switching a wing onto Joel Embiid, who has absolutely no chance, all right? And it's going to end up eventually leading to, look at this. I mean, there's just no chance, and it's going to lead to a 2-shot foul. So again, there's no need to switch this, okay? Hedge, okay? Up, push this player this way. Easy backside help right here. If a skip pass is made all the way there, easy recovery, okay? But you got to keep a big on Joel Embiid. Now, so that's mistake number one. But I guess if you want to double the post, the double can't be late. Like right now, what are you waiting for? You got to come now. This player sinks down here, and if Joel Embiid makes a skip pass here, it's an X out, right? It's this player rotates there, and the man that went to double X is out there, okay? But the double team is way too late. It was a terrible switch anyways, and it's a two-shot foul. First of all, this is another really bad switch. You're switching a big onto James Harden right here. Okay, so he's just going to get cooked, and it's going to lead to an easy step-back three. So again, just hedge, okay? Keep the matchups the way they are. Get up, push this player this way. Backside defender comes right here. This player can occupy both these players 2 passes away, and you're good, okay? But if you want to switch Isaiah Stewart onto James Harden, you can't sag. Look at this sagging right here. Cannot happen, okay? Where do you got to get up, okay? And don't get worried about getting beat. There's no space for him to go here. I got a defender right here in the gaps, right? So if he comes this way, jab, recover. There's no place for him to go, okay? So you can't sag. You've got to get up, right? And bring him to the teeth of your defense where you got help in the gap. But you shouldn't have switched this anyways. You sag off, which you can't do, and it's an open three. Don't go towards the ball in transition. Look at this. So there's a steal right there, okay? Stop. Don't go towards the ball. Just sprint back. It's already a turnover. Sprint back. Do any motion this way, okay, off this turnover is you gambling, okay? Just get back, right? This is a turnover. We need you in numbers. We can't allow this player to get behind you, okay? But look what happens right here. See how he's going towards the ball? Look at how he's going towards the ball as opposed to just sprinting back, okay? So now this player is going to get behind him, okay? And you're going to see it's going to eventually lead to a fast break layup. You have to send them to where your gap help is, okay? So they're going to switch here, then scram, switch out of it. Okay, where's my gap help? Like right here, this player's got to be saying, I'm in help, I'm in help. So I'm bringing him to this part of the floor, right? I'm angling my body to take him into where my gap help is. So there's no place for Joel Embiid to go, right? You can stunt and then easily recover. So this is where he has to go, towards this defender right here. You can't let him go this way where there's no gap help. And look what happens. You send him away from the gap defender, so it's a two-shot foul. You have to send Joel Embiid to where your post dig is. Look at this right here, okay? So right now, Kelly Olynyk's getting ready to dig in the post, right? So I cannot let him spin baseline where I have absolutely no one to help, no one to dig in the post. I need to bring him. First of all, you can't sag. You can never sag with Joel Embiid because you're just giving him a runway for him to get into his move. So you got to get up, okay, and you got to force him to the middle of the floor because now Kelly Olynyk can dig, recover, okay, and give you some help in the post. But you're sagging, okay. You're also letting him go baseline, so you're in a lot of trouble at that point, and it's an and one. So when guarding Joel Embiid, you can never sag, okay? Look at this sagging right here. You're just giving him space. You're giving him real estate. Every inch of real estate against Joel Embiid is humongous, okay? You have got to get up here, okay? And now look, where's my gap help? I got gap help right here, and I should have gap help right here. So there should be no place for him to go to, okay? But when you sag off him like this, now you're just going to let him post you up, okay? And once he posts you up, you're in a lot of trouble. It's going to lead to a little turnaround jumper. So again, no sagging, right? Look at this. Up. Get up in Joel Embiid's face. Send him to your gap help. Either send him here, this player needs to say, I'm in help, or I send him here, and this player says, I'm in help, okay? And either way, you're just going to be, all you got to do is stunt and recover. But when you sag off of Joel Embiid, you give up real estate, and you let him get right into his post move. You're not sending him to any help whatsoever, and it just leads to a turnaround jumper. See, there's no reason to step back towards the screen. Look at this. Look at how much separation there is from the screener and the ball handler. If you see this, why are you stepping into the screen? just get over the top. It's quite easy, okay? Just easily over the top with that much space. Look at how this player is going into the screen. If you have this much space, just step over the top and you're fine. But you step into the screen, so you allow yourself to get screened, and it's a 2-shot foul. Now, again, what else could you do here? You always have the opportunity to hedge, right? Kelly Olynyk is up, and now I'm pushing this player this way. Easy backside help right here, and we're good. But if you're fighting through a screen, why are you going into the screen as opposed to just getting through this gigantic piece of space? So that happens, and it's a 2-shot foul.